This is Chichen Itza in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. Dating back 1,000 years, Chichen Itza was an important civic center to the Mayan culture that flourished in the tropical lowlands of Mexico. The Maya were fascinated by astronomy. Their observatory still stands as a testimony to their yearning for knowledge. But did the Maya have help from someone or something who understood astronomy far better than they did? To examine this question, explore the centerpiece of Chichen Itza, a one-of-a-kind building that tells the story of its own creation like no other structure in the world. According to von Daniken, the legend goes that after the god Kukulkan descended to Earth, he taught the Maya astronomy and mathematics. The Mayan calendar incorporated the movements of the sun and moon and is as accurate as our own calendar today. Again, how is it possible that the ancient Mayans possessed this knowledge at a time when Western man thought the Earth was flat? The Castillo is located in a particular way, with each of its four corners facing the cardinal directions. When the sun rises during the spring equinox, the light strikes the steps at an angle. The spectacle this phenomenon creates draws thousands of people every year. On September the 21st, the autumn equinox, the shadow serpent rises again into the sky. Similar religious legends are found in the South American country of Bolivia. At an altitude of over 3,600 meters, descendants of the Inca pay homage to their presterio, their patron saint. But over 1,500 years ago at Tiwanaku, their ancestors celebrated the great god Viracocha. Eric von Daniken believes Viracocha brought his people sophisticated knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and agriculture.
Tiwanaku is one of these mysterious sites that we find scattered all around the world that we really know absolutely nothing about at all, because there are no inscriptions that enable us to date the site or that speak of the construction of the site. And we have no possible method of dating monuments that are made out of solid stone. Therefore, when we come to these sites, we must use other sciences to try and understand them. Now, the orthodox scientific historical view on the age of Tiwanaku was established by a scholar called Professor Max Ewell. I was astonished to discover that Professor Max Ewell had written his classic study of Tiwanaku, which dates the site to about 500 AD, and on which all subsequent scholarship has been based, without ever having visited the site at all. Another science needs to be brought to bear to understand this site, and perhaps the most important science of all is astronomy, because so many of these ancient sites around the world are aligned to the heavens, connected to the motions of the stars and to the rising points of the sun. Another scholar, Professor Arthur Poznansky from La Paz University in Bolivia, spent 50 years studying the site, carefully measuring its alignments, and he concluded on the basis of its astronomical alignments, and I concur, the work was done with great precision, he concluded that Tiwanaku is at least 12, if not 13,000 years old.
But von Daniken believes the real answer may lie in the ruins of Pumapunku.
I have reasons to believe that Pumapunku once was an Earth base of extraterrestrials. In Pumapunku, we have strange technology from another world.
Stone building blocks are intricately cut with laser precision. They could have fit together like pieces of a puzzle. A sophisticated architectural achievement for primitive culture. But von Daniken suggests that there is more evidence that the builders of these two cities had some kind of help. One of the blocks has been etched with a perfect groove. Today, we would use a diamond-tipped saw to achieve this kind of accuracy, a technology only developed this century. Here lies yet another mystery few can explain.
Whoever built Tiwanaku came up with a very ingenious method for holding together the huge stones which they used to build the site. They carved a groove in the edge, and into this groove they would pour a molten alloy, which later hardened into a staple.
Von Daniken's idea is that extraterrestrials brought these sophisticated technologies down to the people of the region. The natives were awed by these strange visitors and worshipped them. Experts say Pumapunku was an ancient temple, but was it a place to worship gods of mythology or true living beings?
Today we make a construction like a church. We say this is a temple, and in here a spiritual being, the God in spirit, lives in this temple. My idea is that Virakosha, but not only Virakosha, other so-called gods and other places in our world were extraterrestrials, and they were misunderstood as gods by our primitive ancestors.
Launched in the 1970s, the Pioneer satellite first explored Jupiter. After the meeting with the largest planet in our solar system, Pioneer continued its journey into deep space. Fixed to the side of the tiny spacecraft was a gold disk. Etched on the disk are chemical symbols, a map of Earth's location in the solar system, and the figures of a man and a woman. The man has his hand raised in a friendly greeting to anyone or anything that might encounter Pioneer on its journey into the unknown. And man is still wondering, is anybody out there?
I personally don't think that the answers to these mysteries are alien visitations, alien astronauts, although it's a theory that deserves consideration. My own view is that we have lost a whole episode in the story of mankind, that we've lost a great civilization way back behind the veil of prehistory, and that if we can recover our memory of that lost civilization and learn the truth about it, and learn how it was destroyed, and learn what it knew and understand its knowledge, then we may better understand ourselves and where we're going.